Welcome to our math lesson, Bulldogs. Today we're going to be reviewing two-dimensional shapes, and in particular we're going to be looking at polygons. You might remember seeing an anchor chart very similar to the one I have on my screen. That's because this is the same anchor chart that we had created and we're hanging next to our smartboard to help us keep all the names of our shapes in order. So today we're going to focus in on polygons. So I'm going to cover it up so maybe we can just look at the top for a little bit. Polygons are two-dimensional shapes. They have no curves. That means they're all straight lines. It's a closed shape. That means there's no open sides. All the vertices will meet each other. And finally, polygons do not intersect each other. So when we talk about intersecting lines like when you go to an intersection, like when there's a stoplight or a stop sign and the roads cross. The sides of polygons do not cross. So we're going to look at some examples and non-examples of polygons. We're going to decide if they are polygons and they can join under our umbrella, or if they are not polygons and they have to be put in the trash. So let's see. We're going to start with the trusty old square. This is a two-dimensional shape because it is flat. There are no curves. We have straight lines, and all my vertices meet each other, so it's not an open shape. It is closed, and there's no intersections, so it sure does get to go under the polygon umbrella. Our next shape is our triangle. Two-dimensional, it's flat. There's no curves. These are straight lines. We are a closed shape. All of our vertices meet, and there's no intersecting lines, so this is a polygon. All right, let's look at our next one. We definitely do not have a polygon. Look at all those curves. This one has lots of curves. It is two-dimensional, but because we see those curves, we automatically know trash, not a polygon. Next up, two-dimensional. It's looking good. No curves. Straight lines. It is closed, but we do have a problem. Right smack dab in the middle, there is an intersection of my lines. So this, folks, is not a polygon. All right, the next four I want your help with. Let's start with this one. Oh, this one looks funky, but let's go through the rules. First off, it's two-dimensional because it's flat. There are no curves. It is closed. No intersections. My lines are not crossing. We do have those straight lines. Is this a polygon? If you said yes, you are correct. This is a polygon. It gets to go under the polygon umbrella. Next up, thumbs up or thumbs down. Is this a polygon? If you have your thumbs down, you are correct. First, it is two-dimensional. We do have no curves, and it does have straight lines. Unfortunately, though, it's not a closed shape. Right here, this vertice and this vertice, it's not making a vertice, it's not meeting. So this is not a polygon, cannot go under the umbrella. All right, thumbs up or thumbs down, is this a polygon? If you have your thumbs up, you are correct. It's two-dimensional, there's no curves, it's closed, no intersections, it can come under my polygon umbrella. Last one. Thumbs up or thumbs down? Is this a polygon? This is a big thumbs down. This is like a triple dipper whammy of not being a polygon. First, I have a giant curve right here, which makes it not a polygon. Second, we have an intersection right here. And third, it's open right here. Most definitely not a polygon. So remember, Bulldogs, polygons are my two-dimensional shapes. They have no curve lines, only straight lines. They're closed shapes. That means all my vertices meet and close up the shape, and none of my lines will intersect. Now let's go ahead and move on to naming or identifying some of our two-dimensional shapes based on their attributes. Now we did lots of journaling with all of our two-dimensional shapes before spring break. And something we noticed while we were journaling and talking about the attributes were however many sides a two-dimensional shape has is the same amount of vertices. So if it has 3 sides, that means it also has 3 vertices. So our triangle here, 1, 2, 3 sides, 1, 2, 3 vertices. Triangle, just like a tricycle, has 3. Tri stands for 3. Knowing our prefixes with our two-dimensional shapes can help us tremendously. Moving on. Quadrilateral. Quadrilateral are like our squares, our rectangles, our rhombuses, our trapezoids, our arrows can be quadrilaterals. Quadrilaterals have 4. Some examples we talked about when we were notebooking are quadruplets. That's if you have 4 babies. Or four-wheelers are often called quads. So quad stands for 4. Moving on to our pentagon, we looked at the government building called a pentagon. And we noticed that it had 5 sides because penta stands for 5. So pentagon is our 5-sided shape. Next up is our hexagon. Hexa, we can remember, equals 6 because hexa is our only one with the letter X, and 6 is our number with the letter X in it. So hexa means 6. Hexa is a 6-sided shape. We're going to hop on down and skip over to octagon. When we think of an octopus, we know an octopus has 8 arms, just like an octagon has 8 sides. Octa means 8. And making another jump over to decagon. In social studies, this is cross-curricular. In social studies, we learned about decades. And a decade has 10 years in it, just like a decagon has 10 sides. You are going to head on over to BrainPop Junior. We practiced logging into BrainPop Junior yesterday, so we should be ready today. If you have any problems, please let me know, and I'm more than willing to help you. When you get into BrainPop Junior, you are doing the assignment about plane shapes. You have a movie, easy quiz, and hard quiz in there. It's not a grade. It's just for you to practice and make sure that you understand. Check your understanding. After you do that BrainPop Junior, you will go back into our Google Classroom. There is a separate slide in there for your activity. When you open the activity in Google Slide, it's going to give you your own slides in which you can manipulate the shapes. What I mean by manipulate is you're going to have some shapes on the side and you're going to drag them over. There's some sorting you can do, and there's some short answer where you're going to type in the name of a shape. After you finish that, please come back to this Google Slide because we'll have our little brain break because our math time will be complete, and we'll move on into social studies. Go ahead and head on to BrainPop Junior, and remember, you can email me, you can leave comments, you can text me if you have any problems getting in and getting started. I'll see you back here soon. Have fun in BrainPop. Bye, guys.